Today I'm going to show you how to install the Tusk UTV quick release cargo system on your Polaris RZR XP 1000. This is the cage mounted system and it's going to give you some extra storage space when you're out on your rides. It's pretty simple to install. Let's go ahead and get started. Over at the machine, we're going to install these clamp halves onto the backbone of this roll cage right here. But you can see on ours, we've got this reservoir in the way. A lot of times this is not going to be the case, but on some of the older machines, you're going to have this reservoir. So what we're going to do is relocate it. We're loosening the clamp. We're just going to have this go up vertically. Just be aware, if you do have this, we're going to pop a piece of plastic up and then it's going to put a little bit of pressure on the hose. So you can mark where the plastic is touching the hose and then trim it away with a razor blade. To install the clamp halves, I'm coming up about 8 inches from the bottom of the backbone. So that's going to be right above this bracket on our machine, but it's not an exact location. You can move these up or down wherever you need them. So I'm just going to set both halves in place and then install 6 of these bolts, and I'm going to leave it loose enough that I can make adjustments. Now for the upper clamp half, you want that about 15 inches center to center from that lower one. So we'll set that right there and install the back side of the clamp and those screws. Next, we can install the rack using the 2 M10 by 16 millimeter bolts. Once you have everything lined up and the rack level, you can go ahead and tighten those down and then tighten all of the bolts going into the half clamps. From there, I'm going to verify my measurement from the bottom of the backbone to the clamp and then do all of these same steps on the other side. And you also want to look at the rack from the back and make sure that it is straight up and down from there. Over at the bench, we need to prep our cargo boxes. So I've laid out all of the hardware. This is going to help us stay organized throughout the process. And we're going to start with the cargo latches. So we've got these M5 bolts that we're going to be using. I'm going to take 2 of those. We're going to grab one of these latch mounting plates. You're also going to need 2 nuts and 2 washers. And we're going to use these bolts through the lower mounts for the latch mounting plate. And you've got the washers and nuts on the inside. After that, I'm going to prep the latch. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to put 4 of these screws into the mounting holes. Then we're going to press this through the mounting plate and cargo box. Now this loop on top, you got to make sure it doesn't fall down, which it shouldn't if you do it this way, but just make sure it stays up because sometimes it can get on the bottom and then you can't use your latch. Then we're going to use a number 2 Phillips and 8mm combo wrench. We're going to tighten down all of that hardware and do the same steps on the other side. The next step is to install the mount plate on each box. Now, you can see we've already had that done and installed on our machine. If you use our recommended measurements, this is going to put the box about 1 inch above the vent on the side of the machine. So if you are going to use the measurements we have, we're going 4 inches from the top, mark that on both sides, and then we're going 4 inches in from each side. And you can take that measurement, set the mount plate on there, get it all centered up, and then you're going to use a Sharpie or marking pen and mark all 7 mounting locations, and then drill those out with your 11/32 inch drill bit. Now we can take 7 of these larger washers. You're going to place one on top of each hole that you previously drilled out. Set the mounting plate or mounting bracket on top. Then we've got the 3 shorter bolts, so don't use the longer ones here. We're going to start at the top on this mounting bracket. Put those into the box. So through the bracket, through the washer, in the box. Then we have this support bar that goes inside the box. And then we'll install those nuts on the inside. Now for the 4 remaining mounting locations. We're going to use the longer bolts. We've got a washer on there, and we're coming from the inside through the box, through the washer, and through the mounting plate, and then the nut on the outside. Then I'm going to use a 5mm Allen and 13mm combo wrench and a socket to tighten all of this hardware down. And then you'll want to do all those same steps on your other box. The next step is to drill the hole for the security knob. Now, again, we already have this done, but all you have to do is take a bolt, screw that into the rack, and use a paint pen, mark that. You're going to set the cargo box in place, and it's going to leave some paint behind, so you know exactly where to drill the hole. Then again, you're using the 11/32" drill bit, and then drill that out. If you have that drilled out, you can take the cargo box over to the machine, set it in place, and we'll install the security knob. Now, as you mount the pannier on, make sure the pull pin is fully clipped onto that mount plate every time you set this in place. Now for the security knob, make sure that you have the lock washer installed, and then by using this, it's going to help prevent that cargo box from rattling, and if you use the locks on the latches, it's going to help prevent theft as well. So that's it for installing the Tusk UTV quick release cargo system on your Polaris RZR XP 1000. Again, this is going to give you some additional storage space for when you're out on your rides. So if you need to pick these up, they're available on our website. We offer free shipping on orders over $75. So take advantage of that and just click the link in the description below. It's going to take you right over there. Now, if you want to see more helpful content like this, subscribe to our channel. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Thanks for watching.